Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today we have a full moon in zodiac sign of Libra. A full moon portal is open and we have a strong energy that is supporting us to step forward into growth, to step forward into transformation. And I want to remind you, you are becoming who you're meant to be. Everything is now working in your favor. So whatever is the thing that is challenging right now, keep it up and see yourself as a winner. There's many things you could do today to align with these energies and to recognize in what kind of life, in what kind of direction your life is evolving right now. So it's about courage and stepping forward into the greatest possible transformation of your life, or step backwards and give up. Like the quote is saying, step forward into growth or step backwards into security. So recognize what areas of your life may be out of balance right now. And this is something truly important, because sometimes we focus so much on our work, so much at our job, so much at our families, and we forget about ourselves. We forget about our personal hobbies that bring us passion, that ignites fire within us. We forget about working out, taking care of our health, or whatever it is. Or sometimes it may happen you're constantly reading new books, getting new knowledge, but you're not practicing what you're learning, right? Whatever it may be, you may find out many relationships in your life are falling apart and you don't take time and reflect on what you've learned in those relationships or why those things are happening. To many people right now, what's happening is they're having profound dreams. Do you have profound dreams right now? Dreams with deep meanings. That is happening to many people right now, and those dreams are so meaningful because in our dream time, our subconscious mind is giving us codes that can be demystified if we remember our dreams and we write them down. So the first thing in the morning, write down your dreams. Because it's not just something that was happening in your mind. There are profound meanings. Like, for example, if you're dreaming about flying, it's like you need to ask yourself what it means to you. Don't Google it, ask yourself what it means. But if I give you an example from my life, sometimes it starts happening that certain dreams start repeating. Like when I have those vivid dreams where I'm aware that I'm dreaming and then I start flying. I love to fly in my dreams. But then I question it and I've noticed, well, it's a sign for me that I need more freedom in my life. And that is usually the time when I decide, okay, I need to go to travel. So me and Maya package our stuff, package our bikes, and we go somewhere we never been before. And we go for some mountain biking or for some road cycling or something like that. And sometimes we are dreaming that something is chasing us, right? And often it's a reminder that there's something unresolved from your past, certain traumatic experience that was unresolved. You need to forgive to somebody. You need to let go of something. You need to resolve a certain relationship or identify what kind of relationship is not resolved within your understanding of what happened, or whatever it is. It's something you need to question and journal about it. So recognize for example, if you're writing down, what do my closest relationships teach me, right? And it is an important question right now because it's all about relationships, right? We are social beings. We are here on a human experience to learn from everybody. That's how we grow, learning from everybody. And some people are just harder, right? Some people are more toxic. Some people are more empathic. Some people are more narcissistic. And we can learn from anyone how to be. We find great examples, and we also find examples of who not to be, right? So we can always learn. But if we don't set the right boundaries, we may be drained out by certain energy because we are not in control of ourselves. That's why the first virtue, as I mentioned yesterday, self-control, coming from ancient Greek philosophy. The main virtue, self-control, so we have yourself in control, which means that you know how to set boundaries, you know how much time of hanging is enough for you, you know when to say no, you know when to say yes to yourself, you know what are your priorities, you know what you want to do in your day, you know what kind of goals you're following, what are your dreams for the future, you have that vision, you know who you're becoming. Those are all major things, major priorities in our lives, and if we don't set that up, we will never be able to set boundaries. Okay, I will say no to that thing because I know what I'm working on. If I don't know what I'm working on, we're kind of freely walking around and we're open to everyone and everything, and that's when people start feeding or draining us from our energy. They just connect to us. Those are, energy vampires. So you need to know how to set boundaries. And recognize also with this present energy, you may feel that all the past hurts and grudges may be still present within your soul, and there's a great space for healing, right? There's a great opportunity to heal. And if you will sit down today and write down like what you're still holding on to, certain hurts, how to know that? Well, when somebody asks you why you're so hard on yourself, and you will say, oh, because my mother was like that, it's something you're holding on. You're holding on to a certain belief that this is your identity, this is your story, and that can be changed. Identity can be changed, but only when you recognize what is your present identity, what story you're saying to yourself. Or sometimes somebody may ask you why you're so bad with money. And you may say, well, because my dad was like that, or because nobody taught me that. Out of anger, we say, because I don't know, or whatever it is. We can study, right? We can learn. We can learn how to invest our money rather than just spending it, how to save money. Like, I remember when I found my first job, every salary I spent it. And then I read a book that I got for a gift, The Richest Man from Babylon, I think was the name. And in that book there was a strategy, a really wise one, like to save 10% of your income, put it aside, and once you have made some money out of it, invest it into something that will bring you more money, so your money starts making money. And that's what I started doing back at that time, and I've saved, out of that I've saved, it's hard to imagine how much money actually came out of it. And I never stopped doing that, because I've noticed, well, you don't even notice that you're giving 10% out of your income aside, but 1 year later or 2 years later you notice, well, there's some money here, and you start, sometimes I borrow it to someone and I got it back, or sometimes I bought something and I sell it later. That's what I was doing when I was younger. And because of that strategy, it was also possible for me to quit my job at some point. So me and Maya went to travel for more months. So we kind of discovered what we want to do in our lives. We were saving that way our money. So we had a vision. Well, we don't want to work for somebody else. So we started putting money aside, because we knew that at some point we will quit our jobs and we will follow our dreams, we'll follow our hearts, but we always had a vision. That's why I always say to you, you need to have a vision, you need to have a plan, you need to have something that you're striving towards, something that you are becoming. And right now is a great time. This full moon's energy is always the energy for manifestation, the energy for setting new goals. If you've reached some goals, set bigger ones. If you've experience some things you wanted, let's expand that vision. Let's recognize, can you touch more people? Can you share your kindness with more people? Or can you help more people? Or whatever it is, you know the best. Also, because of Libra, recognize what relationships are no longer serving you and why. This is so important because as we are growing, some people don't decide to grow. I've made a video some time ago that some people will just not make through it. Some people don't decide to grow. Some people don't decide to shift their lives, to take care of their health. Some people put their responsibilities into the hands of authorities, and those are the people who will not grow with you. And if you understand that, you stop forcing them. You provide what you know to others, but some people are not willing to grab what you know. Some people are not willing to listen to you, and you don't need to waste your energy with them. Some people will just not go with you, and you need to accept that. We need to understand that people that are meant for us will stay with us, but some people are meant just for a certain period of our lives. Right? Some people will come just for a certain period of our lives, and at some point we need to let go of them. Those people are teaching us to learn to detach, learn to emotionally detach. And those may be people from close relationships. Those may be people from our family circle, family tree. Those may be people from our job, our co-workers, whoever. You need to recognize at what point a relationship becomes toxic. So, when people around you stop supporting you, it means that those people don't want you to grow. Those people want you to stay the same. And if you don't want to stay the same, it means that it's time to overgrow them. And it's all okay. Recognize what areas of your life you may be holding on to a need to control certain outcomes. It may be usually it's something related to finances, but it's also in relationships. We want to control somebody. How often it happened to you that you want to control what somebody is doing because you just want the best for them? But each individual is on his or her own evolutionary journey, and the best thing we can do for them is to allow them to be themselves, to allow them to find their own source of joy. And the best way we can do to help them with that is to find our own source of joy and just do whatever we are joyful about, do whatever feels important to us, do whatever brings meaning to us, because that's how we become an example to live our lives to the fullest. Because when other people will see that, we have these mirror neurons that start copying behaviors of others, and we embody what we've seen. So when we see somebody who's joyful, who's passionate about life, who's in love with life, doing things that are, feeding that inner fire, we will find a way to do something similar. Not similar in a physical way, but something that can help us to tap into that similar energy. This is something truly, truly powerful. Recognize what are the areas of your life right now that you are giving too much of yourself, because this is big. We're often giving too much of ourselves, and then we become completely exhausted. This is again the lack of boundaries, and the lack of boundaries comes from the lack of self-awareness, and the lack of self-awareness comes from lacking the time with yourself, and it comes from not great relationship you have with yourself. You need to strengthen the relationship you have with yourself, because that is the most important relationship you have in your life, the one with yourself. How well you know your mind, how well you know how your mind is functioning, so we can know what you need. There's a great book, Happier You. It's a book from a neuroscientist who's explaining different types of brains. And then he's explaining the characteristics and science, like what kind of brain you have and what works for your type of brain. Because the way your brain is functioning is also how your mind is functioning. Why you have maybe a lack of or a short attention span, why certain type of people is irritating you, and so on. And it doesn't mean that you're defined by that kind of a brain. Brain is constantly changing as we are growing and expanding our knowledge and trying new things. Because of neuroplasticity, brain is changing. But it is a powerful book that can help you to understand your mind better, your brain better, your body better. But then how well you know your emotional system. Emotional system helps us to sense life. But if we're not in tune with our emotions, we may not understand why we feel the way we feel, what life is messaging us, right? Emotions are like notifications from the body, what your body is saying to you. So this is something that if you are not well in tune with your body, it's something you should practice. It will change your life. Meditation that allows you to just listen to your body, like sitting in quietness for 5 to 10 minutes and just asking your body, what do you feel? What do I need? What I need to give you? What are you lacking? And just listen. Intuitively, it will speak to you. You will know, I need more nature. I need more water. I need more of this kind of food. I need more of social life. I need more of whatever it will be, sunshine maybe. I need more of gratitude. You're so hard on yourself. You need to ease on up a little bit, right? Whatever it is. If you will practice some power breathing, many great breathing exercises, you will find them on YouTube, or if you have a breathing coach, you will find some many great breathing practices. Deep breathing into your stomach area. Breathe in and breathe out, or Wim Hof breathing if you prefer. It will help you to release the vibrational toxicity, the heavy energy that doesn't serve you anymore. And then relationship with your soul, with your spirit, how much you're listening your soul, you know. When sometimes we may go into nature and then something just starts speaking to us, like start writing a book, start working on that, make this artwork, start this project, start this business, start whatever. Sometimes soul will say something to you. The universe has chosen you to transform this idea into a physical manifestation. That's where you're tapping into higher dimension and you're becoming the channel for this greater intelligence. And it's up on you to make it happen. And if you don't have that connection with the spirit, with the soul, you may think that you're just making things up. That's why it's so important to nurture the connection. Meditation is a powerful tool to do that. And if you do it in nature, it will be just more profound. So recognize how can you create a healthy balance between these different aspects, knowing your mind better, knowing your body better, and knowing your soul better. This is really, really powerful. And think about boundaries that maybe you're lacking some of them. It's a great time to make some research on that and how to set stronger boundaries that will help you to raise the energy of your life. This is something that is just important to know at this phase, because what you're walking towards in your life is something that you can't even imagine how incredible it is, but you can't get there with the same level of living you've been living until now. There's something you need to let go of, and there's something you need to embrace about yourself, and only you can find it out what it is. I can only say to you to be in touch with yourself, and you will know what it is. You will be, sometimes the right book will come to you, sometimes the right person will come to you, sometimes in the video you will hear few words that will awaken something within you that will profoundly change your life. And sometimes you will have a dream during your sleep that will give you a sign what to focus on. So write down your dreams, like I said before, and focus on who you're becoming. Make sure that you have a clear list of your goals, dreams, and vision for your future, and make sure that you are letting go of what is not helping you to get there. what is kind of holding you back. Learn to forgive, learn to let go, learn to trust, embody the virtue of courage. This is powerful, my friends. I will leave you here. I hope you found something valuable today. And thanks to all of you for supporting my art in my Etsy shop, I Draw My Passion. I hope you've enjoyed in today's one, the full moon magic. And I'm sending you all lots of love, blessings and power. Till next time, one love.